Tutor Ayo. I am by name Tutor Oliver, and I welcome you to the class of ECO154 today. As today we will be taking a look at the relevance of statistics in information gathering. I repeat again, today we'll be taking a look at the relevance of statistics in gathering of information. So today I enjoin you to bring out your writing material, and please, you be very swift in taking down your notes with the use of abbreviations. You are welcome once again. Thank you. So let's start. Like I've said, today we'll be having ECO 154. I will be starting with the topic relevance of statistics. Relevance of statistics. And when we say statistics, what do we mean by statistics? What do we mean by statistics? Statistics may be defined as a techniques by which data are collected. Statistics is a technique by which data are collected. So, technique by which data are collected, that is technique of collection. Again, we have techniques by which data are summarized. And at the same time, technique by which data are organized. By which data are organized, presented for the purpose of making a reasonable and a valid decision. Why are we collecting data? Why are we organizing data? And why are we summarizing data? For the purpose of making a valid and a reasonable decision making, or making a reasonable decision. Now, it is the science of making decision under uncertainty. That is, making the best decision on the basis of incomplete information. When statistics is involved, it means we don't have a clearer picture of coming into or jumping into conclusion about a particular thing. Let's take, for instance, if you are asked that how many students are in a particular school, even the principal of that school cannot just stand and say, I have so number of students in my school, except the usage of statistics, which, number one, he has to have at least know a number of students in each class of the school before he can add them together to get the figure of the numbers of students in the school. And that is why we need statistics in getting information, because we need statistics to collect these informations, to summarize them, and to organize them to make a valid decision. Statistics is the science. So let's just take in short, it is a science. It is the science. So statistics is grouped under science. It's the science of collecting information. I mentioned that, collecting information, summarizing information, and analyzing information in order to draw inferences. When I say inferences, I mean in order to draw conclusion. That is, conclusion, in order to draw inferences, and that is why, and that is what statistics is all about. Now let's take a look at this definition. In this definition, I said statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, summarizing, analyzing information in order to draw conclusion. Now let's take a look at the first part of this definition. The first part of the definition states that statistics is the collection of information. The second part of the definition refers to the organization and summarization of information. And the final part, which is the third part of the definition, states that the information is analyzed in order to draw conclusion. So now let's look at the process of statistics. The process of statistics. Number one process of statistics, that is the method. When I say process, I'm talking about the method used by statistics. The process from collecting of information to getting a valid conclusion. Let's look at the process, the stages we have to follow from the beginning to the end. That is from collecting of information to getting our conclusion. Now, process number one, we have first process, which is what? Identifying the research objective. Identifying the research objective. We have to know why we need this information. We have to know the objective of this research. I mentioned, I gave you an example earlier. I said, trying to know the number of students in a particular secondary school. Then we have an objective. That is, our objective is going to be, we want to know the number of students in so secondary school. And that is going to be our objective. And that is the first phase of statistics. First phase of statistics, that is knowing the problem, that is knowing your objective, knowing exactly what you really want. Do you want to know how many girls in the school? Do you want to know the number of girls in the school? Do you want to know the number of boys in the school? Do you want to know the number of teachers in the school? That is the first phase, which is the objective. And now we have the collection of information. Collection of information needed to achieve this objective. Collection of information. That is the second stage. Collection of information needed to achieve this objective. That is collection of information. For instance, let's take a look at the example I used earlier. I said knowing the number of students in a particular school. So now collection of information we need, that is trying to know the number of students in each class of the school, in the classes of the school, is one of the major parts in arriving at this objective. So the second phase is collecting information that has to do with the objective. If you want to know the number, if your objective is to know the number of students in the school, you cannot be asking, or you cannot be going about collecting information about the number of teachers in the school. It is antagonistic. So now we have to know what we want and know the information we are to collect, and that is why this objective is very important. Number of students in the school. So this information, collection of this information will be going to class by class, knowing the number of students in each classes. So now let's look at the stage 3. Organizing and summarization of information. The stage 3 is you now organize. Organizing and summarization and summarizing information. Organizing and summarization of this information. When, for instance, in some classes we can have A, B, and C. So now when you collect this information, it is now left for you to organize this information. This information sometimes can come in a way whereby you have, it can come in a way whereby the number of boys in the class can be given to you, the number of girls in the class can be given to you. So when it is now left for the researcher to organize this and summarize this information to a lump, because what we need is a lump, that is the particular number of students in the school. So whether we have 30 boys in A, we have 30 students in A, we have 30 students in B, it is now left for you to summarize them, put them together. And that is what we mean by summarizing this information. And lastly, we have the drawing of conclusion, drawing inferences, drawing of inferences, that is drawing conclusion from the raw or analyzed information. Now let's take a look at it again. Number one, we know what we want, which is the subject, which is the object, the purpose why we are researching, something we want to know. Now we collect information. When we collect information, we organize it. And at the same time, we summarize it. And lastly, we draw conclusion, that is inferences. When we put them together, when we are through with this stage, that is organizing the information, summarizing them, when we put them together, then we'll be able to draw inferences. And that is the stages in research in statistics. So please, having known this, we'll still have to know some things about these statistics, which is the branches of statistics, the branches of statistics. And when we say branches, what do we mean by branches? We mean the divisions, the categories of statistics. What are the branches of statistics? Branches of statistics. What are the branches of statistics? First, we have what we call descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics. I beg your pardon. Descriptive statistics. And when we say descriptive statistics, what do we mean by descriptive statistics? Okay. So descriptive statistic is the component of statistical process that deals with the